Today I'm here to show you how to properly clean and maintain your Baja board. In order to maintain these boards, first we got to clean them up. If you're riding them through dusty conditions, you'd want to clean the board every 3 to 4 rides. If you're ploughing through mud, you want to clean that up as soon as you can. For those of you that are just riding on paved surfaces, you'll get away with cleaning them much less often. But the important thing is that we clean them so we can thoroughly inspect. So to clean your Baja board, we're just going to use some methylated spirits, an old rag and a screwdriver. The screwdriver just helps to get into those hard to reach spaces. To thoroughly clean, we're going to get in, take this wheel off so we can access the steering hub. So with a 15mm socket, you can unwind this. When you take the wheel off, you want to be careful that the locking pin doesn't fall out. Just give it a bit of a jiggle, might be a little bit stubborn, but a few bumps will come out, like so. On this pentagon, there is a locking pin just here. You want to put a bit of tape over that to make sure it doesn't fall out. If you do happen to lose it, it's not going to be the end of the world. We can send you another one. Alright. Now that we've removed the wheels, we can easily access the steering hub and give it a good clean. Now we're going to have a quick check and make sure all the screws are still tight. Originally all the screws were fastened using thread locker, but it's best to give them a once over. So you want to start at the suspension tower, check all these screws are nice and tight, move on to the top mount for the shock, the bottom mount for the shock, they all should be tight, and then check the steering hub screws and the steering arm itself. It should have a little bit of play, but not too much. So if you look underneath the board, next to this pulley, you'll be able to put your finger just as the belt leaves the pulley and give it a little bit of a push. If it's sloppy, you might need a retension. Also, if you're riding and you find the actual belt slipping, you also need to look at the tension. In order to do this, you only have to be concerned with 3 screws, which are here, here and here. This first one's just on a hole, which the whole motor pivots on. So we'll go ahead and loosen all 3. Now that all 3 have been loosened, we can pivot the motor up, which generates the tension on the belt below. So now I'll lift it up and tighten up this first one here. Once that one's tight, you can let go of the motor and continue to tighten the other 2. If the belt does not generate enough tension when this is at full pivot, it's probably time for a new belt. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to grease the drive shaft. Basically there's 2 rubber boots you want to first remove. So you can rotate the motor here to turn the shaft. Snip off the cable tie without damaging the boot, like so. Slide the boot off. Reveal the old grease. Take out any loose hard stuff. Then we're going to apply some more grease. You can get this from any decent hardware. And you can be generous with this, filling up joint itself. As the joint rotates, it will distribute the grease throughout. We want to do the same for the external. So you got all your grease in there. I'm going to reapply the boots. The external one will be a little bit fidgety, but be careful not to have any of the external lips fold over, and you can slide it on. Helps to rotate a little bit, and it's on like so. And for the internal boot, just slide it on. It's a lot freer there. And then you want to use the lip of the boot to locate your zip tie around it. So feed it through, connect it. Make sure you locate it in the right position, and you can tighten it up. There's a trick to hold the motor. And it will stop the shaft rotating, so you can tighten it nice and tight. And then grab a pair of scissors or some side cutters, and you can snip off the excess zip tie. So. Now that we've done all the basic maintenance to the board, we can go ahead and put the wheels back on. And finally, once the wheels back on, we just want to check our tyre pressure. Ideally, you want your tyres to be at around 30 to 35 psi, and if you check them and they're lower than that, you can use a normal bike pump just to add some more air.